I'm Ella from Songl and we are here doing a Songl Selfie with Harry Hookey. Now his new album, Misdiagnosed, is streaming on Songl at the moment, so we're catching up with him. Now Harry, our first question today is you graduated from law and you chose to pursue a career in music. What career path would you say was harder?
Well, I think it kind of depends on the person that you are. I think most people would think a career in music is pretty hard, but I was a pretty ratty law student and I never really took to wearing a necktie, 5 days a week.
Enough.
So I think I would have found working in the law a lot harder than being a musician.
What's the weirdest story that you have from your time busking in Melbourne? I read that you busked for a few years in Melbourne.
Yeah, while I was at law school actually, did a lot of busking and stuff.
Yeah.
Busked for about 3 years in total, and one night I remember a lady came by with a cigarette and she watched me for a while, and then she took that cigarette and it was still alight and she threw it in the bin, and then the bin caught on fire. This is all I'm playing, and she'd walked off and the bin caught on fire and then a tree caught on fire next to the bin, and then a storefront I was playing in front of started to catch on fire.
Oh my god.
And so at that point, I called the fire engine.
Yeah.
I can't think of
the
fireman.
Yeah,
The fire engine or whatever. And anyway, they turned up. They put out the fire, and then they hung around and watched me play a little bit of a set of music.
That is so funny. So did you continue playing whilst that was going on, or trying to save the day?
Well, I let it kind of go for a little while because I didn't know where it was going to go, but I realised once the storefront caught a light, it was
getting serious. You need to do something. I saw that you did some travel in the US with one of your friends, and that you did a few gigs around the US, and that your first gig was in a strip club.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what was that like?
Well, I was looking for any kind of gigs, and we went to New Orleans first. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans, so we went there. And I was looking for kind of any sort of gig to play. I was happy to play anywhere.
Yeah.
And there was this bowling alley that offered live music and stuff, so I contacted them and they said, yeah, come in. And I went into the bowling alley, and there was one bowling alley thing up the end, but the rest of it was just a strip club, like just a whole lot of strippers dancing.
It's an interesting bowling alley.
It was different for sure. And what was it like? It was very distracting.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You did a stint, I heard, of writing with inmates in Western Australia. Is that right?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, it was this government-funded program that was kind of encouraging prisoners to have a voice and to express themselves and stuff. And a friend of mine, Bill Chambers, was involved with it, and he asked me if I wanted to come and write with these prisoners with him.
Wow.
And the idea was we'd write enough songs for an album, and we'd put an album together, and it would be a way for them to talk about what it's like to be an inmate.
Yeah,
and something.
Definitely.
And it was the best musical experience of my life.
Wow.
It was,
why so? What were the inmates like towards you?
Well, the inmates were completely normal, and there was a bit of a distance. We didn't talk about the reasons why they were there and stuff, but they were very, very keen to learn, and it was strange because I went in there being quite intimidated of them. But I think
definitely.
At the end of the day, they were more intimidated by us.
Yeah.
And they really valued the music, and they loved watching it play and stuff like that. And the songs we wrote together were just so true, and it just reminded me of what the whole point of songwriting is, to tell a true story.
To tell a story.
Yeah.
Wow, how interesting. I've never heard that before.
It was something I'd love to do again and keep doing. It was, anyone who gets an opportunity to go out and do something like that, I think you'd be really surprised about what you can get out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all today with Harry Hookey. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much for having me.